Hey everyone, welcome back to We Are Chattin, your Penn State Brandywine podcast. We're your hosts, Ava Clements,
Natalie DeMario.
and today we are chatting with Dr. Angela Putman.
Dr. P is one of the most energetic professors on campus, a proud Midwesterner, and fun fact, she's a classically trained opera singer.
Dr. P, we're so excited to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start from the top. So, how did your journey lead you to teaching here at Penn State Brandywine?
I was teaching previous to here in New York City at the completion of my PhD and realized after 2 years I am not cut out to be a New Yorker. That city is a beast. And as you mentioned, I am a Midwesterner and I like to make a lot of direct eye contact and smile at people, which branded me a weirdo in New York City. And so I told my fiance, he was at the time, that I just wasn't cut out for New York, and I searched for jobs, and this was the one that I got. So here I am, and I'm in year 11 now at Penn State Brandywine.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome. Glad you landed here.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's awesome. I've heard that you lived in 6 different states. So what's one place that you lived that has had the biggest impact on who you are today?
You heard that, huh? The
I've
word
heard
is out on the streets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm a hot topic.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have lived in 6 different states. For a long time, the lengthiest portion of my life was Michigan, but I'm now, sadly or happily, at an age where I've lived in more other states longer than my time in Michigan. So it would be easy to say that Michigan shaped me the most because it's my home state, but actually Texas is probably the one that had the biggest effect on me because that is when I made the leap to leave Michigan for the first time and get my first big girl job, we'll say, at South Texas College in McAllen, Texas, which is a mile from the Mexico border. And I packed up my whole U-Haul, and my mom helped me move down there. It took 3 days to get there. I don't strongly recommend 3 days in a U-Haul with your mother. And
Noted.
she's not going to listen to this, I hope. And I didn't know a single soul. I didn't speak any Spanish, and I was moving there by myself. So I will say that I'm very thankful that I did that, and I'm surprised whenever I see people who are my age who have only lived in their home state and they've never moved or lived anywhere else. And I'm sure that there's some sort of positive to that I don't know about, but I think on the other hand, your world perspective and your life perspective really truly changes when you get outside of your comfort zone and outside of your bubble and you try something else because you can always move back. And weirdly enough, I've never moved back, so I haven't been back to Michigan the whole time.
Interesting. I mean, I guess there's a lot of pros and cons to moving around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm away from family, so I know that people that have big, strong, happy families. Not that I'm saying mine's not, but they find it hard to move away. And so that was the one thing that my students in Texas asked all the time, like, how are you so far from your family and are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm great.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And I'm sure you probably met a lot of people there
Yes.
as well, kind of made your own family. I think that's like a beautiful part of moving away from your hometown too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what would you say is a moment that you've had in class that you think, yes, this is why I love teaching?
Definitely that one was also in South Texas, teaching a public speaking class. I don't really want to say the year, but this was a long time ago. And this was before students were dealing with as much anxiety as I would say students are now. But I had a student then who had the most severe speaking anxiety I'd ever seen. And remember, this was my first job out of my master's program. So I had only been a master's level TA. I'd had very limited experience with students. And so I had this particular student who had severe speaking anxiety, and she's in this public speaking class where you have to give speeches. And I will never forget that on her first speech, which was literally only 3 minutes, and it's just a little short introduction of yourself, she got about 20 seconds through and then ran out of the room crying. And then on her second speech, she got about a minute through and ran out of the room crying. And so I just remember wanting so desperately for this student to be able to build the confidence that she needed in herself to be able to just speak in front of people. And I spent a lot of time working with her outside of the classroom. And then I'll never forget that she gave a 6.5-minute persuasive speech at the end of the semester with 0 stops and 0 crying. And that's not true. I was crying, but she was not crying. And I just remember feeling in that moment like these are the reasons that I want to teach, because this student did something that I don't think she ever believed she could. And then also the reception from her classmates was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. Like they clapped and screamed for her way harder than everyone else, because they knew that this was something that was really difficult for her to do.
Yeah, it's such a great story. I mean, you know, being able to overcome that. I mean, it's a challenge for a lot of students, I think, public speaking, you know, and it's a tough one. To kind of bounce off of that, how would you describe your teaching philosophy, and has it changed over the years?
My teaching philosophy. It's wide and broad. I would say there's a lot to it. I feel like I have evolved massively as a professor over the years. Things that I used to be really like a stickler about, I'm not anymore. Ways that I used to teach, I don't anymore. I used to teach a lot with slides. I don't do that anymore. My teaching is far more interactive and like engaging with the students. And I know that it is difficult for my visual learners that they don't have a slide or something to look at, but I've moved away from that style of teaching. And I also used to be like really very stringent about my expectations of it has to be this way and this is the way I want it. And while I've kept some of those things, as Ava knows, I'm a stickler for deadlines, some of those things also have changed. And so I've started to really move more toward what is going to be the best for you when you get out of this class? How do I make you a critical thinker? Which, if there's anything anyone takes from my class, I hope it's the ability to think critically about things that you encounter, engage, read, hear on the news, etc. And how do you make an argument? I just really want students to not hedge, to not say, well, I sort of think this or I kind of think this. I want students to know how to successfully make an argument about something, how to back it up effectively with experience, research, data, whatever the case may be, and also have fun. I feel like learning is supposed to be fun. So there's a lot of laughter in my class, usually at me, also at how distracted I get. I get really off point. Yeah.
It might be
Ava's
our
had your
fault.
class, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I will say it's one of those classes where I walked away a critical thinker. I walked away thinking about
Awesome.
things in a different perspective, which is like very rare to find in a school setting these days, I think, in my
So
opinion.
glad to hear that.
Yeah, it was great.
It worked for one.
There you go.
Just one.
There you go. Awesome.
Well, maybe to move away from the topic of teaching and school, what's something that you love to do outside of campus that people may not expect?
May not expect. I'm kind of an open book, so people know probably way more about me than they want to. So they probably wouldn't be shocked that I'm a board gamer. We have about 300 plus board games in our house. It's probably more so my husband than me. I love to play board games. I'm not quite as obsessed with collecting them as he is.
Okay.
So we have a lot. I also really love escape rooms, but I think my colleagues probably know that too, but maybe students don't know. I love to do an escape room. And I love roller skating, which is more and more becoming hard to do. There's not a lot of places to go. We have to go into Delaware just to find like a skating rink near our house. Yeah, and I love binging really bad dating shows on Netflix.
I mean,
really
That's
bad.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean,
Love,
so does
Love
everyone.
Island, here I come.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Never seen it.
Got to get into that.
I
one.
know. I hear.
At least you're admitting it. A lot of people that
100%.
watch those are like,
I don't believe, and my husband and I were just talking about this, I don't believe in the idea of guilty pleasures, because why should you ever feel guilty about something that you enjoy and gives you pleasure? I have no guilt about watching really bad relationship shows.
Good.
yeah, you know what? I'm about to live through that philosophy right
Yeah.
there.
No, that's a good one.
I'm gonna
That's a
carry
really
that
good
one
Get
with
rid
me.
of guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure.
For sure. So from what we understand, there's a program here at Brandywine called the Inside Out Prison Exchange. Can you tell us like how that came about and why you're so passionate about it?
Sure. I love being able to talk about my favorite class. Sorry, Ava. My favorite class to teach here at Brandywine. It did come about 4 years ago, so I'm in the 4th year right now. We just had our closing ceremony Tuesday night. It's been actually a dream of mine, though, for about 15 years when I was at a conference in Seattle as a PhD student and saw someone on a panel talk about the Inside Out program and their experiences doing it. And the open access to college has always been a huge passion of mine, and I also always have cared very strongly about rehabilitation and revisions to our prisons and incarceration system, which I think is incredibly flawed in this country. We don't do a great job of rehabilitating. And so when I heard this idea that I always knew college existed in prisons, but I never knew college students can come together with incarcerated people and take a class in the same space, which is what this class is all about. So I never knew about this program. It's formerly out of Temple University. Now they're their own nonprofit. But I just remembered filing that away. Like, as soon as I get another big girl job, I will do that. And then I got here to Penn State and literally in year one presented that in my goal meeting and was told by my boss at the time, that is a post-tenure goal, which means bring that up again approximately 6 years from now when you have tenure. So I said, okay. And so I filed it away, and then I went about my business, got tenure. By then, I now had a new boss. So I went into her and was like, so just so you know, I'm doing this.
I have this idea.
I've been waiting 6 years, and so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And so she was very, very supportive. Thankfully, she came from a university that had Inside Out, so she already knew about it, so I didn't have to do any sort of like tough sell. It was a little challenging to get off the ground and to get all of the pieces in place that one would need to have an off-campus class, because we do take the class inside the jail, but not as difficult as some people would have thought. I thought there'd be a lot more red tape to get through, but there wasn't. And so now it's in its 4th year. It brings 10 Brandywine students together with 10 to 12 incarcerated students, and we take class inside the jail, and it's awesome.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
wish I took that.
So do I.
I didn't know about it when I was,
That's the biggest problem that I'm
Yeah.
having, is how to get the word out there
Yeah.
to students. So this year, I actually visited as many first-year seminars as I could to
That's a
let
good
them
idea.
know, because I don't accept freshmen in the class. You have to be sophomore or higher. But the problem that often happens is once students do find out about it, they've already taken CAS 100, and that's the class that I
Yep.
teach is CAS 100. So it's trying to get students to be aware, if this is something that you think you might want to do, hold off on taking CAS 100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's also like a really unique way that a class that we have to take as students here to kind of, make it unique and fun and interesting and not just another CAS 100 class. So I really like the concept of it, and
Yeah,
I wish I
me
took
too.
it too.
Me too. Me too.
So what do you hope that students will take away from your teaching beyond just academic material? I know we kind of touched on this earlier, but is there anything that you'd like to expand on that you
Just
hope your
that learning
students-
is fun is one thing, and then also just that we are most of us are in this profession because we love teaching students and we want to help you. There's a lot of people I know that are in jobs for the money. A lot of my friends are, in their jobs because they make good money, but they don't actually get up each morning and love what they do. Those of us that are in teaching, we did not go into it for the money. Maybe the summer's off, but not the money. And so we do it because we love working with students, and we want to be a part of your journey, and we want to help you. And I think that what I wish they would take away from that is getting past that barrier of asking for help. I sit in my office hours by myself a lot, which is fine. I, catch up on Netflix, as I said, or grading, or scroll my Twitter feed, or look at Instagram. But I would much rather be meeting with students and having them come in and be getting help.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done everything that I can. There's free candy there, for Pete's sake, but I don't know what else to do to get students to know that I am here to help you. And the amount of times that they do come though, and then they apologize, I'm so sorry for interrupting you, or I'm so sorry for bothering you. And I'm constantly saying please stop apologizing. You're literally, this is what office hours are for. So that's my one message, is please ask for help.
Yeah. And I think that's more of a common issue with first year students.
Yes.
Just coming from high school, not realizing how things work.
Yeah, my husband teaches at a private K through 12, and they have office hours, which is the first time I've ever heard of a K through 12 school
Yeah,
having
never heard
that.
of
It's at the end of the school day, and you can go to see any of your teachers during that last 40 minutes, which is really cool. So I think schools like that are at least preparing them for that concept. But here, it's just getting past what exactly is an office hour? What does that mean, right? And why would I even? I think they think oh, my question's too stupid, and it's no, it's
Right.
not.
Yeah.
Or
No question
it's-
is too stupid.
Yes.
Just ones about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
We had to go there.
We've got a Lions fan over
Oh,
here.
man. Shots fired.
Let's not.
Right,
Let's
Lions?
not. Let's not. Let's
Detroit
not.
Lions, baby.
Gosh. Anyway,
It's fine. It's fine. We'll get over it. We'll
Right.
pretend we didn't say that.
Right. Exactly.
You can try to cut it out, but don't do it.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do. So, what's one thing that you wish students knew about professors that they might not realize?
We're totally normal, real people, like with real lives.
Yeah.
I saw a student once in the grocery store and they like freaked out that I was grocery shopping. And I was like, I have to buy food too. Just like you. Like,
we all eat too.
we're just regular people.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're real, we're regular, like we're approachable. We care about you. I mean, maybe not everyone, but most of us, we care about you. And yeah, like it's just learning is supposed to be fun. So I know it's hard and I know it's stressful, but in terms of, yes, I wish people knew that about professors, but also what I wish you knew about yourselves is that you're not defined by your grades. And so you're here to learn and try to figure out what you want to do with your path going forward, but you're not defined by your grades. So stop stressing about the darn grade.
It's a good message.
That's a big one, too.
So valid.
I mean, especially in college, I think a lot of people focus on that. But to know that that's not really it all is very comforting.
For sure.
So looking back, did you always see yourself working in education?
Absolutely not. I saw myself as Whitney Houston.
Elaborate on that.
My life has. I'm also so cognizant of the fact that I think that was at least like my fifth. And my colleagues that do end up listening to this are going to remind me of that. I spent my life singing. My whole life has been about singing. I think you mentioned that in the introduction. So that was my only plan. I went to college for singing. I very drastically and traumatically changed my major at the end of my junior year.
Wow.
Much longer story that we don't have time for in the podcast, but it just turned out that that was not my path to be a professional opera singer, and my professors knew that before I did and guided me away from that. And I got my bachelor's degree, still didn't know what I wanted to do. My first job out of college actually was as a house mother for a sorority house. So yeah,
Interesting.
I did
crazy.
not know that.
I know, right?
Okay.
Like
Wow.
little known facts. Yeah, not at the school I went to. At a little small private liberal arts school in Michigan. And I was the first house mother they'd ever hired under the age of 50. And I was only 24. And all the
Jeez.
girls living in the house were, 18 to 21. So I was not that much older than them. And I was
Wow.
supposed to be their house mother. The other house mothers never invited me to all of their stuff. They like played bridge or I don't know what people what they were doing, like knitting circles or something.
Okay.
But I never was invited because I literally was the only one under 50. And it was a super fun experience. I was not invited back.
One and done.
So, I don't like to say I was fired because I was not fired. I made it all the way through my whole year, but I was told that I would not be invited back. But thankfully, I had already decided to go to grad school at that point. So I was planning to quit anyway, but they just beat me to it by telling me I would not be invited back for reasons I don't want to talk about on this podcast. And I, like many people, I just had no idea what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to work with college students. Like that's what that job showed me is like, I wish I could be a professional college student since they won't pay me to do that. What can I do that works with college students? So I went back, got my master's degree, thinking maybe I would do residence life because I was an RA in school and I really liked the residence life world. But then I got the TA opportunity, teaching assistant, and at the school where I was, you taught your own class. So you weren't just like, walking around following a professor and grading everything. You had your own. I had 2 sections actually of 25 each of interpersonal communication was what I got to teach. And I don't know, probably a month in, I was like, this is awesome, and I think I could probably do this. They'll pay me to talk, which is amazing.
And did you know that you wanted to do interpersonal communications? Like, did you have a specific area subject that you wanted to teach?
No, that part I didn't know, actually. I was getting my master's degree in organizational communication, which is so funny because I don't do anything related to that anymore. Once I moved on to the PhD, I focused on intercultural communication, so that's the class Ava had. Mm-hmm. That's probably my favorite class to teach. But the one that I teach the most now is public speaking, which is hilarious because when I was teaching in community colleges, that was my least favorite class to teach. because I got to teach other intro level classes, but here, like that's the one that everyone takes at Penn State. And so now I've had to reinvent myself and find ways to love that class. And I do love it now, but I'm not going to lie, I did not love it in the beginning.
Wow. I mean,
Interesting.
it's a fun class for the
Is it though?
professors.
It's something.
You just
something.
said for the
For
professor.
the professors. I mean,
Yeah. But
It's
by the
fun
end, it's
to
good.
watch you guys get better.
Yeah.
Like I just finished grading my current class's persuasive speeches, which is the last one, and the amount of people that I wrote to them, it's been such a joy seeing your confidence grow and seeing you get better. I mean, that's a joy for me. Maybe not for them, but it is for me.
Oh, it is.
I
It
think
is.
you might not realize the impact of that class until after.
Way later.
Yeah.
Years later.
My husband
For
always
sure.
says this is a delayed gratification game. We don't know the impact we've had on you until oftentimes many years later. If you decide to randomly email us and be like, "Hey, Dr. P, you remember me? That thing you taught me, like it's so important."
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, it seems like you really come very far from, being a house mom after college to now like a professor teaching all these amazing classes. So it's awesome. What advice would you give to students who are like trying to figure out their path in college?
Yeah, don't put so much pressure on yourself. That's the thing. I'm just constantly astounded by how much pressure this generation has on yourselves and feeling like you have to know everything and you have to have this path. I'm constantly trying to make sure that freshmen and sophomore students specifically know that in real truth, having the degree is really the main goal. There are so many jobs that you can get with any bachelor's degree, right? I mean, if you think about the really, really specified careers, lawyer, doctor, engineer, like I don't want someone deciding that that's a safe bridge who has an English degree. No offense, English people, but like I don't want them deciding that this, bridge is going to support cars going across it, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So those careers, you really do need a very, very specific degree. But when you think about the vast majority of careers, you can be successful and go into those careers with whatever degree, right? Even if you need additional education or additional training, that's what the job is going to do. They're going to give you the training and the education that you need. So when you're a junior still and you don't know what your major is, like it's okay, or a sophomore, or if you've changed your major twice, like all of those things are fine. If you fail a class, it's fine. I failed 2 classes as an undergrad. I'm not acting like I'm proud of it, but also I'm not ashamed of it.
Right.
It happened, right? And so... And here I am, I'm a professor. No one is ever going to know that unless I tell them. It's not like you put your transcript up, on your wall in your office for everyone to come and peruse your grades. So those things don't follow you unless you choose to have them follow you. And so I just think that if you could just ease off some of that pressure and also not be in such a rush. I mean, college for me was the best. It took me the best 5 years of my life. I made my lifelong friends there, and I just truly took advantage of every experience I had, any club, any activity, games, like whatever stuff I could do, I did it. And I'm so thankful for that. And now I see students that are just trying to rush through and get out as fast as possible. And I'm like, what are you rushing toward? Bills and a job
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
and bills and responsibilities.
Yeah. It's sounding
Ew.
to me like stop and smell the roses.
Yes, slow
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Find something like fun to do. And don't be afraid of having a little bit of student debt. I feel like also we've maybe swung the pendulum too far to your generation to be like, no debt, right? Like don't graduate with loans. But I'm like, if that's what's going to allow you to put some more focus and attention on your college experience and not try to work 40 hours and take 19 hours of classes, then take a few loans. It's the lowest percentage rate, and you will have them paid off. Maybe don't get $100,000 in loans like I had, but mine are forgiven because if you work in the public industry, you get them forgiven after 10 years. So half of my debt was forgiven. So
Wow.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that.
50K wiped out.
Boom.
That is awesome.
Mic drop.
I mean, you got to work in the public industry. Just
That's true. That's
Right,
true. Not
right,
for
right.
everyone.
no Fortune 500.
Yeah. All right. I guess to change things up a bit, we have a segment called Rapid Chattin', where we ask you some rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Up for it?
Let's wrap it.
Let's do it. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Alone by Heart.
Oh.
I have no idea.
You have
what
no idea what that is.
No.
Yep. Keep it moving.
If you could swap jobs with anyone in the world for a day, who would it be?
Broadway performer.
Yeah.
Do you have any
valid.
specific ones that come to mind? Like any specific Broadway performers?
I mean, if I had Cynthia Erivo's voice, then Elphaba and Wicked.
Yeah,
Wow.
I would so do
I
that.
could see that.
Fly me around.
I could
give
see
me
that
a
for
broom,
you.
Paint me green.
Have you seen the?
100%.
Okay.
The new
Yeah.
one though.
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good.
yeah, I should have guessed.
We got to
The
catch
day
Ava
it
up.
came
She's
out.
behind on that.
I'm a little bit behind. I know you shouldn't have said that out loud, Natalie.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Seen both.
Okay.
I
look.
went opening night.
New
to
favorite.
see- yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, Ava.
And canceled.
Okay, all right. Moving on. I'll work my way back up.
Yeah.
Come on, rapid.
Okay, if you were stranded on a desert island, what celebrity would you bring to call for help?
That's why they're there, is for help, not for my own entertainment. Then I guess like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Like,
Ooh,
can't
yeah.
he do something? Or no, Kim Kardashian, because she can't be anywhere without someone knowing she's there. So we will be found
Wait a minute.
immediately.
Someone said that on the first episode.
Someone said
With
exactly
the
that.
same exact.
I'm
like,
not even
reason.
original. Okay, then I go back to Bill Nye the
Bill
Science
Nye.
Guy.
Bill Nye it is.
He
No,
will
okay.
make us a radio or something.
He would. He would.
No, he definitely would.
Yeah, he
definitely
would.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could instantly learn one new skill, what would it be?
Guitar, so I can accompany myself when I sing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I have to sing a cappella all the time if I'm ever gonna sing for someone. I can't play the piano. I
Yeah.
can't play guitar. I'm great on tambourine, but like, what am I gonna accompany myself on tambourine?
You could.
No, you could.
You could.
Lame. Oh, and I love the triangle. Ding.
Oh, yeah.
But I
That's
can't
a classic.
accompany myself on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
either.
yeah.
That's an art.
Guitar.
No,
I want to
it
learn to
so
play the
is.
guitar.
All right. Awesome.
You heard
Well,
it here, guys.
there you go.
Wait, I'm gonna rapid fire you.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Here we go.
Go-to meal that you make for yourself.
I know. Soup.
Pasta.
Best class at Brandywine.
English 202D.
I'm not even just saying this because you're here, but CAS 471.
Suck up.
I'm so serious.
I've never taken it, so
Dream job.
dream job like
Anything.
President of the United States.
Boom.
professional musician.
Boom. Pump up song. You need to get yourself pumped.
Oh no, I don't know. Anything Lady Gaga.
She's So Gone, Lemonade Mouth. It's a Disney song.
Really throwing it back there, Ava. Really throwing it back.
Am I supposed to know what that is? Okay. All right. Thanks.
Those are good. Those
All
are
right.
good.
Yeah, that was good. Wow. Okay. We just made our new segment. Well, you just
Awesome.
made a new segment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going to rapid me, then
Thanks,
I'm going to
Dr.
rapid
P.
you.
All right,
Appreciate
fine.
it.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. P, it has been a pleasure having you on the podcast today. We really enjoyed hearing your story, and we wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors.
Oh my gosh, that was so formal.
I know.
Thanks, ladies. I had
Thank
a
you
great
so much.
time.
Thank you.
It was the best.
Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. We are done chatting for today. This podcast was recorded in the Penn State Brandywine Makerspace Media Production Studio. We Are Chattin' was made possible by Penn State Brandywine Strategic Communications and the Brandywine Launchbox. Remember to like this podcast and stream it on wherever you get your podcasts.